Yes, welcome back to Wembley Way. Welcome back aboard the Euros bus, where Wembley Way has really exploded into life in the last couple of hours. We've seen thousands of fans lining Wembley Way here outside Wembley Stadium. It's a fantastic atmosphere. Young, old, men, women, everyone in their England kits looking forward to this marquee occasion. England against Germany at the home of English football, Wembley Stadium. What an occasion it will be. We've heard lots from the players, we've heard lots from Sarina Wiegman, both of them explaining to us just how strong this England side is, just how much they're focused on the task at hand and not focused on the fact that they're up against Germany, the old enemy, but also the 8 times European champions. Let's hear from the head coach now, Sarina Wiegman, and also the captain, Leah Williamson.
You reach the final, then you're one of the best teams in the tournament. I think we have a very good team too, and we don't fear anyone. My thoughts on the game, and I have my thoughts on our team and how we want to play and how we want to approach this game. We've analyzed Germany, and then we make a plan together with the technical staff, and then we start training again and have talk to players, train, and get ready for the game. That's mainly what my focus is on.
It's a fairy tale fixture with the history behind it, but I think for us, you would never expect to get to a final without playing the best team in the tournament. And in terms of, I think, the journey that both of us have been on, you've got the two teams that have had the best tournaments in the final, which is the best thing. So I think this is what we expected, to come up against a team playing their best football, and luckily we're playing ours.
Yeah, well, Leah Williamson there saying that they're up against one of the best teams of the tournament. That's probably putting it lightly. Courtney Sweetman-Kirk and Lucy Staniforth back alongside me here on the Euros bus. This is a massive occasion, isn't it?
It's huge, and to be honest, it's something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Like I got here at like 11:30, and it was still so busy. Obviously, you can see all the fans out, and the big thing for me, it's the demographic. It's not just your typical women's football fans. It's older men, it's the boys, the girls. It's absolutely everyone, family. So yeah, it's fantastic to see, and all with the names on the back of the shirts. Yeah, it's just a massive moment.
And Lucy, I think this puts it into context, doesn't it? Just what these Lionesses are achieving off the pitch, with the fact that there's young boys, young girls wearing England jerseys with women's players on the back.
Yeah, these girls are becoming household names, almost icons. When you think about Alessia's goal, for example, against Sweden, that is an iconic moment. Men's football, women's football, it doesn't matter. It's the player that scores it and people remembering her name. And I think, yeah, the legacy that these girls are going to leave is going to be huge.
And it gives young people, new people to look up to. Like when you were playing, I mean, who did you look up to in terms of female sporting football role models?
I mean, to be honest, it was few and far between. David Beckham was my idol growing up. When I got a little bit older into women's football, it was probably Farrah Williams. But yeah, it was very much few and far between. So the fact that there'll always be people that book the trend, in the sense that they just want to, young girls when I was growing up will just want to go and play without seeing and without the visibility. But I think it's so important to have the visibility of women playing football on the big occasions, and it will bring more girls and boys as well into the game.
How important is it though, Lucy, that you get a sellout crowd at Wembley, England get to a major tournament, but you want to see some kind of plan, some kind of legacy for 5, 10, 20 years to come, don't you?
Absolutely, and I think Leah touched on it when she said it's the start of a journey. And this is, we saw in the Olympics 2012, that was a big moment for English women's football, and you'd like to hope that this is going to leave a real lasting legacy, especially not on only the WSL, but the leagues that filter down as well, and the grassroots girls teams.
Yeah, grassroots is important. I mean, access to playing football in primary schools is also important. There's a lot of work to be done still, isn't there, Courtney?
Yeah, it's huge, and I think for me, I was so lucky growing up, looking back at it, because I always had teachers that pushed me. We had a girls team, or if we didn't have a girls team for secondary, for example, I was allowed to go and do PE with the boys and play football, and that was a massive thing. So whereas now we can't drop off from this, we've seen the visibility, we've seen how many people want to be playing, want to be involved. So as you say, lower down at grassroots and within the curriculum, we've got to let these young girls be playing.
Yeah, that's key to this. I think I was one of the lucky ones as well, where I wasn't offered football at school as a young girl, but I was lucky enough that I had a local club around me where I could then go and play. But a lot of young girls, a lot of young women aren't that lucky, and they don't have that opportunity. We need to, I suppose, improve access to opportunity, Lucy.
Yeah, and I guess the noise around this game, it can't be ignored. I think Ian Wright spoke out about it. You know, people need opportunities, and it's all well and good, you know, the WSL teams having regional talent centres, but there's people that miss out. You know, the areas that the catchment areas for those teams, it's not large enough. People don't have the support, transport, you know, all those things that really help a player. I was lucky when I was younger because Lucy Bronze's mum used to take me to football, but you need those people that can help you get to football. We used to pick Demi Stokes up on the way as well, and without that we probably might not be playing women's football now, because we needed those allies, you know, people to help us and push us.
Yeah, and it's also, I suppose, not just focused on the top end, the elite level of the game, because grassroots is so important. If you look, you know, under the WSL and the domestic side of things, and you look at the championship, but also under that tiers 3 and 4, we need to keep investing in those leagues as well.
Yeah, so important, because without the pyramid we don't have anything, Jess. So yeah, that's massively important. So
one more question on the game, because I mean, it's a big one, and I know we've been talking off air about how nervous we both are, all three of us are in fact, but how do you think this one will play out, Courtney?
we're going to win. It's coming home. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Oh.
That's it. Mic drop.
Enough said. Mic drop. Lucy?
Yeah, as I said it before, I'm backing the girls all the way. I think a 2-1 win.
Okay, brilliant. We have some very confident pundits here on the Euros bus, making me feel a little bit better because I am nervous. Not long to go until kickoff. England against Germany in a European final. Can't wait.